Yes. Snip, snip.
Mason actually told us that Arnold Javier weren't aware that the plan was to kill Jimmy Sims. They thought we were going to beat him up, and that's why one of the suspects was carrying pool cue.
Jim Sims was smarter. I was a Denny to school my son. One of his birthday was that day.
While he was sitting there waiting, he heard gunshots, which very much surprised him. Javier looked back and he saw Bob Mason and Hanley Saltovar returning to the car. Listen, out of here. He drove off.
On August 4th, 2005, nearly 14 years after Jimmy Sims was murdered, the mastermind behind the hit, Ronald Robinson Sr., is charged with capital murder. He faces life in prison.
Hearing they got him was a good feeling, but scary. He was a very angry man. He couldn't believe that my grandfather was helping Ronnie Jr. There was a bit of anger from
Oh, crap.
the affair happened, and he couldn't handle that type of anger at all.
It was just pure, old-fashioned jealousy, rage, and a deep-seated anger, and he lost control.
Investigators also discovered that it was Ronnie Sr. who wrote the graphic love letter to Jim, posing as Ford, to satisfy his own twisted desires. No charges are lodged against Ronnie Jr., and he is cleared of wrongdoing. Bob Mason is charged with capital murder. Later, he's given a life sentence in exchange for a guilty plea.
Ow. Yo, what the heck?
Ronald Robinson Sr. is found guilty of capital murder, sentenced to life in prison.
$600, that's nothing. To take someone's life for $600 and a gun.
Hang on, let me put in these potatoes.
If Jim Sims hadn't been in my life at that tender age, if I didn't glove up that first day and realize I'm not the toughest kid on the block, I don't know what would happen.
Okay, let's make another one.
Jim, that's
Oh,
all.
okay, I can't. Let's make some sticks and then make myself another one.
Which helps motivate the kids.
There was just so much love from my grandfather. He didn't even have to say anything for us to know it. How much he loved us and how much he wanted us to be happy. He was happy to be our grandfather. It was his joy.
Small town girl living in a big state. He was very young, but love can be blind.
Oh, yes. There was something deep down inside.
Where's me? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. 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 Okay, shoot. Give me your wool. Oh. Me. Ow. That's so good. Yeah, sure. Dig down. I'm just gonna. Ow. I'm just gonna. Up. Ow. 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 Okay. Yep. Wee. Otherwise, see my. Okay, here's the home. Idiot.
Cassandra always felt close to her mother's sister, Aunt Marlene, who moved to St. Louis when she was Cassandra's age. So the small town girl took the chance when Marlene invited her to move in.
Auntie! Cassandra really wanted to spread her wings, so this was her time.
this way. Wait, nice flag. Flag.
Hey, bring them back over here. I don't care, I don't want food in there. I already caught 2 mice.
It's in there.
Want something to sit on there and eat, bring them back in there.
Cassandra joins the nearby Baptist congregation to help her adjust to the big city and meet
Yeah. I'll keep that square up. I'm just gonna.
Did you get it all? What happened?
I stole my purse.
Must be my lucky day. I'm Ronald. Ronald Dickens.
Sandra, stop.
Are you reading something? Cassandra is smitten with the 23-year-old student who was born and raised in St.
Oh
Louis
shit, you
and
reached
remains
bedrock.
close to his mother. But when she introduces Ronald to her Aunt Marlene, Marlene is not impressed.
When I met Ronald, it was like something deep down inside. I just knew he wasn't right.
Oh
I
shit.
couldn't put my finger on it.
Despite her aunt's misgivings, Cassandra and Ronald are head over heels for each other.
His hair.
What are you talking about? You gonna pull this now?
I'm gonna do it in the car.
You country girl. We don't have to figure out what we're gonna do. Cassandra won't be rushed into anything she's not ready for. Besides, she has other more important goals than just dating.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Donna. That's me. What can I do for you? Oh, hi. I would like to buy a pizza. Great. We're always short-handed around here. Hey, I have a minute right now since it's nap time. Oh. Have you worked with kids? Do you have any of your own? Neither, but I love kids. And I told my mother she works with special needs children, and I always wanted to follow in her footsteps.
Oof.
Can
Oof.
I'm sorry, what did you say your name was? Cassandra. Right, Cassandra. This is Surplus and Rodney, and these guys help me keep this place running. Johnnyman, she's our newest hire. So please lend her a hand if she should need anything. Assuming your references check out. I can only pay minimum wage, so you better really look, kid. Oh my God, thank you so much. I want to work.
Cassandra was wonderful. She was really good with kids. She just loved children.
She worked with the kids, I did maintenance. Me, her, and Rodney. We all work together. We see each other at work every day.
Nearly a year and a half after her move to St. Louis, with a new job and some savings, Cassandra looks to get her own place.
Well, this is it. Landlord been on me for a while to get it rented. I live in the apartment right below. Plus my brother Rodney, he's always around, so you get the repairs done fast. But since you'll be living alone, we'll always keep an eye out for you.
I love it.
Now, don't go jumping the gun so fast. Just like how you got me in the kitchen before we sign on the dotted line. Luciana told me you were up here. Better not catch you hanging with my woman alone there.
Wow, you looking for a real man? Taller than 3 feet?
We also work on the apartments. We did a little bit of everything, plumbing, carpentry. Well, what's the deal?
No, that's not a man.
Sure now. Because like your auntie's place, we can come and go with things, but done my excavation.
Ow.
Obviously, the got the murder case.
Oh crap. I'll do suffocated. My pickaxe.
I believe that there was
Oh, did you drop it?
abuse in her background. Because of that, a lot of those type of children are more prone to be a little bit less expressive. I thought there was much chance things might go south.
I was just a dumb kid, man.
son at the house by herself. That was my main thought. Her defense attorney had her dressed up like a little girl. She had her hair in pigtails. It was poor innocent girl that didn't know what was going on or something. Anything to make her look like something she wasn't.
The jury, comprised of 7 white and 5 black members, reached a verdict in under 2 hours. Sabrina Butler was found guilty of murder with malicious intent.
The defendant in this case, 19-year-old Sabrina Butler, showed no reaction when the pronouncement was read tonight. Death by lethal injection.
When you consider all the terrible what this guy went through in just not short amount of months. Yeah. I think it's appropriate.
And I just pretty much had to just listen. That's all I could do. I wanted to jump up and jump across the table and yell and scream and, you know. Just sit there. It was like you sitting down and you got to yourself. You know, because you can't believe that this is happening. They gonna kill you.
Case today by saying everything he said last week was totally appropriate.
So Republicans are completely divided about how to respond, given that the vast majority, if not all, of the House Republican Conference, other than maybe a few, have marched in lockstep with this president for the last 4 years, have been very loyal to him, and some have been more critical than others about the president inciting that mob attack. You heard Jim Jordan, one of the president's chief defenders, just now not condemning the president, being pressed repeatedly about whether he thinks the election was free and fair. He would not say that explicitly without giving some qualification to it. So some Republicans, like Jordan, who tried to overturn the election result in Congress, are going to continue to side with the president. Others are concerned and trying to figure out other ways to express their displeasure, including a possible push for a censure resolution. Not impeachment, but censure. That is not what Nancy Pelosi is going to do, though. And other Republicans may vote for impeachment. We are hearing potentially maybe around 10, maybe more, maybe less, could vote to impeach this president. And this is much different than 2019. At that time, House Republican leaders were whipping their colleagues, telling them to fall in line to vote against the Democrats' impeachment against Donald Trump over charges of abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. This on the charge of inciting an insurrection is just not whipping their members. That's something that Liz Cheney, the number 3 she considered it for herself. Both plaintiffs, others often will as well. So John Hunter will be playing that with the president. Some will vote for the Democrats to make Donald Trump the only president to be impeached twice by tomorrow.
And Caitlin, the president, this is the first time we've heard from him. Obviously he can't talk to us on Twitter anymore. He can't talk to us on Facebook anymore because those organizations have decided his words too often are lies and incite violence and incite hate. So the president came up for the first time this morning. Forgive me, I guess we should not be surprised, but this is Charlottesville 2.0 or 2.0. Totally appropriate? That's what people are telling him? Who?
Well, he didn't list any names, notably, when he was talking about people who have analyzed what he said on the list on Wednesday compared to, of course, you know, what the actual reaction in real time has been, what we've heard from people in their own words, even Republicans, as Manu was just noting. The president's behavior has become entirely predictable at this point when something like this happens, because we saw it with Access Hollywood, we saw it with Charlottesville, we saw it with the Ukrainian leader, and now we are seeing it with this in the final days of his presidency, really ending the way that it started, where the president, you know, this is likely something he probably would have tweeted a few days ago if he could still tweet, but he comes out, he starts announcing people, says that they believe his call was completely appropriate, takes no responsibility for what happened last week, even though members of his own White House and members of his own party have condemned the president, have criticized him over that, have said they will vote to impeach him, and even some of them have called him to resign over the role that he played in what we saw happen on the Capitol last week. And so this is completely predictable from the president, but also we're seeing a lot of predictable behavior from Republicans too, we should note, because that was the first time we've heard from the president since Wednesday
people like Lindsey Graham, and there are many others around him, still think that they can reason with this president and they can guide him along into better behavior. But that's been the strategy all along, and it led to what happened last Wednesday. So there's a real problem with the Republican Party not being willing to stand up to the president, but also specifically to the president's supporters. Still, even to this day, not being willing to say the truth, which is that there was never a chance after the election was certified all the way back in December that the results could be overturned, that Mike Pence could defy his constitutional duties. Even to this day, many Republicans are still not willing to say that.
And to that point, Roger, Abby says even to this day, one of the things we watch, the Democrats go through these proceedings, number one on the resolution asking Mike Pence to vote the 25th Amendment, then in the impeachment debate, is what do the Republicans say? You noted at the top, Liz Cheney, the number 3 Republican, says that lawmakers in the House should vote their conscience. To me, that's a green light. That's almost a nudge for Republicans to stand up and vote to impeach the president. So we look every day, will Republicans, including those like Jim Jordan, who after the riots on the Capitol still voted to uphold a lie. They voted to support a lie. The president had a chance in court after court after court, and his case for fraud failed. So Jim McGovern, the chairman of the committee, tries to get Jim Jordan to say the election was free and fair. Listen.
I'm asking you to make a statement that the election was not stolen, that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris won fair and square.
He won the election because the way the process works is the black are a chance to object to January 6th.
And Congressman Jordan continued to say during that hearing that there were unconstitutional things in the states, and that's all those Republicans were doing up on Capitol Hill. Again, court after court after court after court, and I could go on through all that out, and the Republicans. So we're not seeing a big change in part from the president's vote or in the House.
No, absolutely not. They are defiant, even though they're facing an enormous backlash. They're hearing about from back home about the role of this effort and that they're participating in the rally that eventually led to the Trump loyalists. They're not budging at all. They're just stand by the president. The question is the Republicans in the middle. You mentioned something else. The question also when the Senate comes time to decide whether or not to vote
No more than
to
2
elect
minutes.
this president, timing is complicated because the president only has a week and 8 days left in office here, and what will happen in terms of the Senate trial? Likely, that trial will not begin until the early days of the Biden term, and then 17 Republicans will have to decide to vote to convict Donald Trump after he's left office in order to prevent him from running for office again. Uncertainty on how they're going to get to 17 Republicans. Only 2 have called on him to resign. There are a number of others who are very concerned about his behavior, presumably because of the debate. Will there be 17, though? That's going to be a question of the days ahead. Just notably done. Nancy Pelosi would not comment just moments ago about when they would actually transmit those articles of impeachment over to the Senate. And now that should prompt the trial to begin the next day. So some questions about how that process will play out here as Democrats to impeach tomorrow.
And Caitlin Collins finally, after days of them not speaking, and the president, of course, never called to check in on the vice president during that riot. Some of his own supporters chanting that they were going after Mike Pence. They finally did have a meeting yesterday. For those watching who think, will the vice president invoke the 25th Amendment? That appears increasingly to be no, right? These 2 men, have they found peace? Détente, how would you describe it?
I'm not sure I would describe it as peace, given that it's been less than a week since all of this transpired. And what we even heard from Senate Republicans was that the vice president was angry. That is basically never how the vice president has been described over the last 4 years and the way that he has navigated this relationship with Donald Trump. So it really does speak to how the vice president was feeling, given that he was dealing with everything, and also responsibility and what happened last week. But this does mean, as we had reported over the weekend, we did not think this was likely, that the vice president is incredibly unlikely to actually take a step to galvanize the cabinet and vote the 25th Amendment to strip the president of his power, no matter how much Democrats want to see that. But notably, we still have never seen the vice president put out a statement saying, I'm not going to do this. Typically, that is something that you would see in the past. That is something that he has not done. We are told that is intentional by people around the vice president, that he hasn't actually put that statement out yet. But it is notable that they finally did speak after several
God, dude. We're in this place this entire time. Hey. You'll have no idea. Ow.